Okay, lesson 2. I want to get you back to your scales. Scales are pretty important, all right? And again, even if you're not interested in becoming a lead guitar player, you still want to work on scales for a whole bunch of reasons. Scale patterns are the key to all the melodies you'll ever hear or try to play. So if you want to leave the chords, the safety of the chords behind, and just try to pick out a melody, some little melody, it's all about scales, all right? And if this is the only scale pattern you learn, that's fine. This is what we call an open string scale pattern. The pattern that I've been having you work on for the past few weeks is right here in our open position where we're using the open strings as part of the scale, and we're going to add the 6th string to that now. All right? Here we go. On the 6th string, we've got the open string, the 1st fret, and the 3rd fret. And strangely enough, isn't that exactly what we had on the 1st string? Open, 1st, 3rd. Of course, because they're both E strings. They're the same string, okay? They're the same note. They're 2 octaves apart, but they're the same pitch, all right? And so, anything that you do on the 1st string, on the 6th string, is going to be matched on the 1st string, typically. In fact, that's a good lesson in itself, is that a lot of times, if you're working on something and you've kind of figured out maybe something on the 1st string, but you know that really it's not played in that high pitch like that, well, maybe you just move it over to the 6th string and there it is. Okay? Anything you do on the 1st string, it's at the same fret on the 6th string. Alright? Anyway, with this scale pattern, in the weeks past I've shown you up to the 5th string. Now we're going to do the whole thing. So here we go. All 6 strings. E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Alright? And when you get to the top, you gotta go backwards. Okay? Now, I want you to practice that scale pattern over and over and over again. Alright? I've told you this before. But in addition to that, I want to have you work on it with some exercises. We've done some of these exercises before. Here we go. Let's try this one. And then backwards. Okay? How about an exercise with 4 notes? And then we're going to go back 3. So up 4, back 3. And then backwards. Whoops. Okay? Funny thing is, when I'm trying to sit here and do this on camera, I'm kind of stressing out over, did I play it right if I just went for it? It becomes second nature after you've done it a lot of times. To sit back and try to think it through makes it a little difficult at times. But if you work on it over and over and over again, you'll get it. And what this leads to is the fluency to just be able to fool around with the scale pattern. I believe I've shown you a little exercise I called noodling around in the past. And it's a step to becoming a fluent lead guitar player, or even just to be fluent at finding or playing melodies. All right? really the whole process of playing lead guitar or finding and playing melodies that you're searching for, you can break it down into 4 steps. First of all, learn the scale. Practice it a whole bunch, just straight up and back. Second, practice it a whole bunch with exercises. Third, do this kind of noodling around stuff. Just fooling around, nonsense stuff. And then the 4th step is, by the time you've done all that kind of work on a regular basis, the 4th step should come pretty easy or much easier to you. And that's just either play lead guitar or figure out melodies. Actually, maybe you want to think of it as a 5-step process. Figure out some melodies as your 4th step. Start figuring out things like the Star Spangled Banner or something like that. And then the 5th step would be the ability to just actually turn it into lead guitar. All right? But you just proceed with these steps in a logical fashion and you'll get there. Okay? In fact, Logical Lead Guitar is a course of mine that you might find of great interest to help you do all of that kind of thing in the future if you're interested in pursuing further guitar studies. Logical Lead Guitar is a very in-depth course all about scales and how to take them and turn them into melodies in lead guitar. So you can take a look for that course at logicalleadguitar.com. All right, that is lesson 2.